So as you know, there were all these claims made about rape on October 7th. Hamas rape. Hamas had weaponized rape as a weapon of war. That's what we were told. I was, at the beginning, skeptical. You'll forgive me, I assume you're Muslim?
Mm-hmm.
You'll forgive me. I was skeptical on grounds which nobody accepted. It didn't seem plausible to me, because I knew many people from Gaza. I knew many people from the West Bank. I knew Arabs. Okay. Now, if you would say the predominance of my correspondence and personal interactions are with Arabs and Muslims.
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's because of work.
Yeah.
I mean, work. I'm treated royally. I get, when they come to my house, sometimes they want to improve my equipment for when I do broadcasts. So they always bring gifts, really very nice. I had some medical problems. I know it's going to sound crazy. I didn't trust a Jewish doctor at that point, and I asked my Palestinian friends, can you find me a Palestinian doctor? So, and they came, and they were really absolutely wonderful. So I have a reasonable acquaintance. And if you remember, at the beginning of October 7th, there were claims that there were these gang rapes, and they cut off a woman's breast, and they were playing football with it. And I said, that just doesn't sound right, because it presumes a level of sexual self-confidence, which most of the young men who burst the gates of Gaza, they're in their early 20s. They almost certainly weren't married, because they knew this was a suicide mission. So when Hamas has to choose who's going to go through, they're not going to choose people who are leaving back behind a wife and children. So it was mostly young men who probably never had any sexual experience, whereas they're describing scenes of what you might call sexual bravado, of a kind of demented fraternity house, some fraternity house out of the film Friday the 13th. I said, this just doesn't sound right to me, what they're saying. Then the reports started coming out, and I read through them very carefully. It began with the Pramila Patten report, the one that was commissioned by Secretary General Gutierrez. And then more recently, there have been the UN reports from Navi Pillay and the report from Human Rights Watch. It was 250 pages on all of October 7th, but the so-called sexual violence and rape figured very largely. Pramila Patten was entirely on that. And I read through it, and there's no evidence. There is literally, apart from quote-unquote eyewitnesses, there is literally, according to the Pramila Patten report, there were 5,000 photographs of October 7th. There were 50 hours of video footage. That means 2 hours for every hour of the attack. There were 2 hours of video footage. Pramila Patten stated there is zero digital evidence of sexual violence on October 7th. How is that possible? We're told there are gang rapes occurring out in the open, in the field, in a parking area. They had CCTV footage. They had dash cam footage. A lot of the killed and captured militants. They had body cam footage. You know your generation. The moment any horror is unfolding before their eyes, out comes the iPhone. They're either videotaping it or taking pictures. That's your generation, okay? For the alleged rapes that occurred at the Nova Film Festival, the Nova
Music Festival.
Festival, right. 38, as many as at least 15, and as many as 38 eyewitnesses claim they saw rape. 38. Okay? As many as 38. I have to be careful. I'm very scrupulous about the facts. Definitely 15, probably 25, and as many as 38. And they said they were hidden when the rapes were. Not one thought to document it. One picture. Not credible. Not credible.